Good morning, you guys. Today's gonna be a little different. We are out at my house and we're gonna shoot a video on my car. Now, I know my car hasn't been officially introduced to the channel. I drive a 2007 Audi RS4, and today I'm gonna make a video about the 10 things that I hate about this car. It is my camera car. I also daily drive it, but I don't really hate that much about the car. So it's gonna be kind of a fun video to make. So I hope you guys enjoy it. But first, why not start with a cold start? Alright guys, now that I got the car out of the garage and we can go over it a little more easily. One of the first things I absolutely hate about this car are the brakes. I mean, look at these things. Who in the right mind would want a car with 8 piston calipers, 2-piece rotors? I mean, yeah, it stops. It's great. And they look cool. But why? It's just overkill. Next thing I absolutely can't stand on my car is whoever made these mirrors and this front lip and the trim on the interior of this car. It's like they don't know how to weave carbon fiber, so they just chopped a bunch up and then forged it together to make this weird looking carbon fiber type material. I mean, look at this. I mean, who in their right mind would ever want some type of forged or chopped looking carbon fiber material? And there's my front lip, and my entire interior is just laced with this stuff. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's like it came straight from China. And look at that. It's all in my doors. It's on the dash. It's even in the back. I mean, look at this thing. It's like wannabe carbon fiber. The next thing I just can't stand is I got this thing on the lift the other day, and I was looking up in there. I don't know if I'll be able to see it or show it to you, but if you look back in there, my suspension springs are yellow and like purple. And they have some weird sticker on it that says KW. Why would you get rid of the factory suspension and put some weird Chinese brand like KW springs just to make your car look cool? I don't understand that one. Can't stand about this car is my shifter. I mean, look at it. It's ridiculous. It's got more of that weird carbon fiber stuff going on. You know, gold, like supposed to try and match the wheels, brake calipers and stuff. I mean, come on. Why I gotta try and make things look so cool? Next thing I cannot stand about this car are the factory wheels. I mean, these have to be some of the ugliest OEM wheels on the market. I mean, look at these things. These are what they give you from the factory. I mean, it might as well just be hubcaps. They're just so plain and boring. They've got like this concave look to them. They ride pretty flush to the fenders. I mean, why would you want something that looks like that? Just give me some plate looking wheels that are hubcap style. You don't need to try and be fancy. It just looks weird. The next thing on my car that isn't factory that I just don't understand and I hate are these smoked LED taillights. Like, they're just trying to be modern and get rid of that halogen look. So you go these smoked tinted LED brake lights. I mean, yeah, they're great. They're bright. Everyone can see that I'm trying to stop, but why? Why would you want to do that? Another thing I just cannot stand about this car is its engine. Here, let me pop this hood and I'll show you what I'm talking about. I mean, why in the world do you try and shove a 4.2 liter V8 into a car like this? I mean, come on. It's just taking up so much unnecessary space. It doesn't even do anything. I mean, 4 cylinders is more than enough on these. That's why everyone wants the 2.0T or the 1.8T. You don't need a V8. They don't even sound good. It just makes the whole front end of the car weigh more and sucks more gas. I mean, come on. Why a V8? The next thing I just cannot stand about this car is the interior. I mean, got 141,000 miles on this car, and just look at this interior. It's Napa leather, it's comfortable, and it looks okay. But I mean, why? And look at this. This has 140,000 miles on it. And sure, it does the job, I guess. You can sit in them, and they're okay as far as comfort. And they got that embroidered RS4, so everyone knows you pay too much. You got the heated rear seats, and heated front seats in a car that's 15 years old. But yeah, I mean, come on, a little overkill. Napa leather in an Audi just seems a little ridiculous. Next thing I cannot stand about this car is its stance, the way it just sits. It's low, it's got those wide hips like he's trying to show off. I mean, here's the rear stance from it. I mean, flared fenders, tires tucking right up against them. I mean, sure, it could be lower for those of you that are all about that hella flush look. But again, these are factory wheels and tires, tugging right up against those fenders. And I did raise the car 1.5 inches a week ago. I have video on my social media showing this pretty much touching, but I want it to be a little more usable, so I did lift it up. But the stance on this car is ridiculous. One more thing I just cannot stand about this car, and I hate about it, is the way it sounds. It's loud, droney, sounds like it's trying to be some American muscle car, but then at the same time, when this naturally aspirated 4.2 liter V8 is revving out to 8,250 RPM, it starts screaming like it's a wannabe exotic. It's just ridiculous. I don't know anyone that wants a loud car like that. last thing I can't stand about my Audi RS4 is the way it drives. I mean, it rips through corners. The front end just goes right where you aim it, probably because of the Hotchkiss rear sway bar that's on there. Handles great, it rides great. It's smooth even though it's low. I mean, it's probably that yellow paint they used on those springs. It's just, I don't know. It's quick for a 15-year-old car, 0 to 60s in the mid 4s. Revs at 8,200 RPM. 6-speed manual transmission. All stuff no real car person would ever want. I mean, everyone now wants those Tesla plaids that sound amazing, super fast, drive for you. I mean, you don't even have to have a skill set and you can drive a Tesla plaid. Why would you want a car like this that's so mechanical? I mean, it's all-wheel drive, rear-wheel drive bias. I believe it's a 60-40 split, 60 to the rear, 40 to the front. Yeah, I mean, I'll take a damn Prius over this any day as far as handling goes and the sounds. This thing's just a boring commuter car. All right, guys, well, that was probably about 10 things that I hate about my car. I already put my car back because I took it out and got some gas in it and stuff between the outro and all the rest of this stuff. But obviously, I don't really hate anything about my car. I enjoy this car. It's a love-hate relationship. Like any older car is going to have maintenance issues. It's got 141,000 miles on it, and it's a Euro car, and it spent the first 117,000 miles of its life up in the Northeast. So recently I had to replace all the front control arms because the bushings and the ball joints were blown out. And I've had other things here and there. I've had to have the wire harness rebuilt. Just other normal stuff you'd be used to. Serve all the haters on the Euro cars. This is my first Euro car. I don't hate it. It hasn't had a check engine light in 20,000 plus miles. I rally it all the time. I push it hard. It holds up for what it is. It is not an S4, so it does not have the timing chain issues a lot of you like to throw out there. But hope you guys appreciated the video and enjoyed it. Obviously, it was mostly satire. I don't hate my car. And until the next one, later.